Hi everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today we are going to read chapter 25, Return and Recurrence. And it says, a person is what his life is. Therefore, if he doesn't modify anything within himself, if he doesn't radically transform his life, if he doesn't work on himself, he is miserably wasting his time. Death is a return to the very beginning of one's life, with the possibility of repeating it once again. Much has been stated in pseudo-esoteric and pseudo-occultist literature about the subject of successive life. Yes, it is better to be concerned about successive existences. The life of each one of us, with all its seasons, is always the same. Life repeats itself from existence to existence throughout innumerable centuries. Unquestionably, we continue in the seed of our descendants. This is something which has already been demonstrated. Life of each one of us is individual. Life is a living movie that we can carry along within us to eternity when we die. Each one of us takes his movie with him and brings it back to project it once again on the screen of a new existence. The repetition of dramas, comedies, and tragedies is a fundamental axiom of the law of recurrence. The same circumstances always repeat themselves in each new existence. The actors of such scenes, which are always repeated, are those people who live in our interior, our egos. If we disintegrate those actors, those eyes who originate the ever-repeating scenes of our lives, then the repetition of such circumstances would become something more than impossible. Obviously, there cannot be any scenes without actors. This is irrefutable, indisputable. This is how we can liberate ourselves from the laws of recurrence and return. This is how we can truly free ourselves. Obviously, each one of the actor's eyes that we carry in our interior repeats existence after existence is the same rule. Therefore, if we disintegrate that eye, if the actor dies, the role concludes. By reflecting seriously through inner self-observation on this subject matter, we discover the secret spring of the law of recurrence or repetition of sins in each return. If in the past existence at the age of 25 years of age a man had a love affair, it is indubitable that in his new existence the eye of such a commitment will seek the lady of his dreams at the age of 25 again. If the lady in question was only 15 years old, then in her new existence, the eye of that affair will seek her beloved one at the exact age again. It is easy to comprehend that the two eyes, both his and hers, seek each other telepathically telepathically and meet once again in order to repeat the same love affair of their former existence. Two enemies who fought to death in a past existence will look for each other again in the new existence to repeat their tragedy at the corresponding age. If two persons had a fight over real estate at the age of 40 years in the past existence, they will find each other telepathically at the same age in order to repeat the same thing. Thus, inside each one of us live many people full of commitments. This is irrefutable. A thief carries within a den of thieves, each with different criminal commitments. A murderer carries within himself a club of murderers, and the lustful one carries a whorehouse in his psyche. The critical thing about this subject matter is that the intellect is ignorant of the existence of such people or eyes within oneself and of such commitments that we are fatally fulfilled. All those commitments of the eye which abide within us are happening regardless of our reasoning. These are commitments that we are unaware of, things that happen to us, events that are proceeded in the subconscious and unconsciousness. This is why we have been rightfully told that everything passes to us just as when it rains and thunders. Indeed, we have the illusion of doing, yet we do nothing. Things happen to us. This is a fatal mechanical. Our personality is merely the instrument of different people's eyes. Each one of those person's eyes fulfills its commitments through the personality. Many things happen underneath our cognitive capacity. Unfortunately, we are unaware of what happens underneath our wretched reasoning. We believe that we are wise, when indeed we don't even know that we don't know. We are miserable logs dragged by the boisterous waves of the sea of existence. To emerge from within this misfortune, from within this unconsciousness, from within such an unfortunate state in which we find ourselves, is only possible by dying within ourselves. How could we awaken without first dying? What is new arrives only with death. What is new arrives only with death. If the seed doesn't die, the plant doesn't sprout. The one who truly awakens attains, as an outcome, full objectivity of his or her consciousness, authentic enlightenment, happiness. I'll see you in the next